we covered this yesterday, that he's dealing with a health issue, a bloated feeling, a bloat, as I called it, in his stomach region. And he had.
I don't know if Biggie Bloat hashtag Twitter trended yesterday or not.
I don't think so.
No.
I didn't see it.
After guaranteeing to be out on social media yesterday, I forgot. Didn't go to it, or I would have hashtagged Biggie Bloat and tried to get it going. I didn't. It didn't happen. So we mentioned it. Biggie had already been to a teledoc appointment where the doctor said, I really can't tell anything here over the phone. So yesterday, he had to go and see the doctor in person. And the doctor said, we're going to have to do, what, an ultrasound?
Yeah, we're doing an ultrasound. Because I'm not crazy. That was a relief. He thought my right side, for whatever reason. He said, yeah, there's something going on here.
Felt firm.
Something going on.
Yeah. I mean, he's like, if I push on both sides, the side's a little harder.
Okay.
And he's like, I can kind of see just a different feel in the skin.
Some people suggested appendicitis, but we feel like you'd have a fever.
Yeah, and I'd be double over in pain.
And I think he would have diagnosed that.
Yeah.
Although with an appendicitis, can you get just like an uncomfortable feeling before it really gets bad? I don't know.
Possibly, but I think by now, I mean, I'm pushing 5 days into this. I think it would have ruptured, or I'd have some type of
I think you'd have a fever, too.
pain
right?
and fever, yeah.
Yeah, that's
so. I haven't had a fever. He put me on antibiotics, and now I go get this ultrasound, and then I got to wait the day until he takes a look at it.
Here's the point. Biggie is such a dedicated employee that he texted us to say, I'm coming in to do as much of the program as I can, but he's got to leave here in hour number 2. We're going to do a green flag pit stop. That means we're going to be on air, and Biggie will duck out of the room, and BB Shea will duck into the room. So he fills in for Biggie when Biggie's gone. This will happen in about an hour and 40 minutes, okay? When that happens, we'll make no reference to it. But if you're watching the stream, you'll see
it happen.
The pass.
Yeah.
All right? So Biggie will be leaving to go get his ultrasound at the hospital. And what are you returning, 9:15? What time
Is
will
that
it
a
be?
40-minute procedure? I mean, we can give you 45, I suppose. Round it off.
I was thinking, I think maybe for the last hour.
I mean, an hour max.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll be returning Monday.
Do you have to... Monday?
What is this?
What do you have to do to prepare?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I mean, I got to get... Unfortunately, and the reason I'm going to the hospital is everywhere else in our town apparently was booked up. And because I just sat at the doctor's, like, he saw me and he said, we're going to do an ultrasound. I said, today? He said, no, can't do that. Got to get, tomorrow morning at the earliest.
Right.
And
with the pregnant ladies.
Yeah. Well, then I sat and I sat and I sat. I mean, I was sitting, I opened the door at one point because I thought they forgot about me.
You don't have to not eat for this ultrasound.
No.
You do whatever you want.
Because it's just this one side. It's just hard to explain, but and he's like, and I kept saying, I said, if you feel, and he's like, you're right, I do feel a firm.
I'm not gonna tell you my worst fear because I don't want to scare you.
See, he wants to scare me.
Everybody knows your worst fear.
I don't want to scare you.
My worst fear is that he's just like, man, you're fat. Yeah, I know.
You see him looking over sheet after sheet on the clipboard. Turns out you're
hold it.
Let me see. It's on page 3. Fat.
You're fat.
Yeah.
What? That's all there is to it? Yeah.
That's it.
You're fat.
All the tests confirm it.
I revealed to Chris Dim my worst fear earlier today for you, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
What?
I'm not going to tell you.
Why?
Because I don't want you to worry about it. But when you come back.
Stress is bad for the health.
Yeah. When you come back on Monday and you say, oh, it was nothing, I'm just fat or whatever it might be, I'm going to tell you what my worst fear was for you. But I'm not going to reveal it until you're out of the woods.
There's a tease.
That's a tease for you. I'm going to tell you what I think.
My worst fear is like early heart failure.
Would it manifest there?
I don't. Well, just
is your heart down there?
No, because it's like,
is it fallen?
Who knows? Which actually was brought up to me yesterday. The doctor was like, just so you feel things differently than the average size person.
Is that right?
I was like, yeah. He's like, just you're a big person. He's like, so you might feel something. This could be associated with your liver, but to you it just feels like hard skin.
Okay, all right.
I'm
That's
like,
interesting.
And, so.
But I don't know how.
Well,
how would anybody else feel liver pain?
I don't know,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm worried. See, I'm always like, because I'm reading everything, of course, and I'm like, is it diabetes? And
Yeah,
it's like,
the internet is not too helpful sometimes.
Well, and then they ran my blood work and everything was down the line.
Okay.
So that's why he said the ultrasound too, because he thought this could be another early abscess coming.
Oh,
yeah.
jeez. You're dealing with those.
And
Which sporting equipment will this look like?
oh,
God. Well, let's see. We had a volleyball.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
then
if there's one on my side, I mean, that's the ultimate fear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we had a basketball. We had a volleyball.
Football, maybe?
Maybe a
Yeah.
football size.
But, you know, I had pain with those when they would start to develop. This is just weird because I don't have tremendous pain.
Well, I've revealed to Christine my greatest fear, and I'll tell it to you on Monday or I'll tell it to you as soon as you get the clean bill of health, or we know what if he says it's an abscess, then I'll tell you what I was afraid it was. I revealed it to my wife last night, and she had to run from the room. That she said no, it
Cancer?
can't be. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you because I don't want you to worry.
Well, I'm too late for that.
No.
I mean, not just your diagnosis. I mean, I'm worried, period.
No, I don't want you to have undue stress and worry. I want you to have a good weekend.
Yeah.
I want you to feel
I
better.
thought about going on which I might do next week, an all-liquid diet.
all liquid.
Yeah, for a week just to really flush out the system.
What liquids are you allowed on an all-liquid diet?
I don't know. I haven't. That just came to me last night. But it's not like I'm eating terrible.
Sounds like you did the research like Kelly did the hot
Yeah.
butter coffee.
You know,
It just came to me, and I said maybe I should just.
a friend of mine cleans his colon every year with cranberry juice.
Yeah.
He does a cranberry cleanse, or used to cranberry cleanse for 3 or 4 days, and that's all he has to get it really cleaned out. You know,
I would imagine most doctors would say that's unhealthy.
a terrible idea.
Yeah, I don't think this is. This is just my mind.
Hot water and lemon.
Exactly. This was my mind going. You know, maybe I could just have protein shakes for a week and just some type of substance to keep me going.
Maybe. Well,
But I'm not. I just always associate anything wrong with me as being fat. So I don't know if it is or isn't or related or what.
well, this doesn't sound like that to me. I mean,
No.
because you've got a pressure in your.
Yeah, and I'm a little worried
Guts.
because I told him too about sometimes I get out of breath this week, but then I sit down and I'm fine.
That right there. I have my worst fear. When you say something, I revealed it to Christine. I'm
Yeah.
not going to tell you what it is because I'm a nice person. I'm not going to. I'm a nice. Let me tell you what I just did. This is how nice I am. There's a guy.
Nice people don't say that.
Okay, this is how nice
true.
I am.
Things nice people never say.
This is how nice I am.
I'm really a good guy. There's a guy that used to email all the time. Huge listener to this program.
From the early days.
Forever. And his name is Sparky Mac. You all know him.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
been to some events and everything. I'd say, he used to email me. He would give me put up or shut up trivia questions.
Yeah.
And he might like this. He runs a trivia night.
He's a smart, funny guy.
Very
Yes.
great guy. Works for PBS. Works for that area, that group.
Public TV. Yeah.
Public TV. And met him several times, liked him, thought he was great. One time, maybe 3 years ago, he just stopped email. I stopped hearing from him. And so 6 or 8 months go by, and I say to Christine, what do you think Sparky Mac is? Because he used to email us a lot. And Christine says, well, I don't know. I haven't heard from him in forever. And I just felt like, my worst fear was he was dead. My worst fear was...
This worst fear he'll share.
I will share this. But I'm such a great guy that I decided to email him. And this was, 2 years ago. I said, Sparky Mac, I haven't heard from you in a while, and I didn't hear back. I did not hear back. And
So I made a note on my computer. He's dead.
I just assumed.
Deletes email.
I assumed he was dead. And another year goes by. And I thought, where old Sparky Mac? Let me see. And my other fear was I've said something to offend him. I've done something.
That's true. We've done that plenty of times to people.
And so he's just ghosted me and is never going to take my email or call again. So I emailed him again. This is probably a year ago. Nothing back. And I thought
Strike two.
either I've really ticked him off or he's dead or he's moved.
There's nothing else.
No, it's one or the other. I suppose he could have moved and changed his email address, but I think he would have told me. I think because we were pretty tight. I really liked him. Got nothing back. So about 3 weeks ago, we had a conversation on our air about people that had gone on a bus trip with us once. Went on a trip.
Oh, yeah.
And some of them had passed away. We had talked about these folks that had died. Probably on that trip, there's probably 40 people, and I'd say 4 to 5 have gone.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't a haunted bus ride or a cursed bus ride.
Yeah,
But there was
yeah,
too many untimely deaths.
and that reminded me again of Sparky Mac. So I said, I'm going to reach out.
Speaking of dead.
I said, I'm going to reach out one more time. And I did earlier this week. And he emailed me back the next day.
Lo and behold.
So I brought him back from the dead. I revived Sparky Mac.
You know who else did that? Jesus.
Jesus
And that's it.
Christ and me. And that's it. All right? Now, I don't want to compare myself to Jesus. Because he's the ultimate great guy. But I'm a great guy. Look what I did. Look how I went, not once, not twice, but three times to see if he's okay. And he wrote back and said, did your conversation about all those dead people
Spark this?
make you? And I said, yeah, it did. And he said, I'm fine. I'm just busy. I've gotten busier with work, and I'm doing my trivia nights. And now we've been corresponding for the last few days.
Well, what do you know?
And he has given me some trivia questions and stuff. So it's like the old days. And that should tell you what a good guy I am. And when Biggie said yesterday, I'm going to have to leave in the middle of this show, I didn't get upset, did I?
No.
Did I?
No.
Well, we couldn't see you.
You said, and I think the quote is, your health is our top priority. Take all the time you need.
That's right.
And on a related note, I don't know if you saw this headline. I didn't click it. I didn't print it. But dentists have said they're seeing more cracked teeth since the pandemic because people are so stressed.
They're grinding their
So
teeth.
I'm sure you're grinding your teeth as you type.
I have a dentist appointment next week. And so I'm, right now, I'm getting a little pain over here because Biggie said I'm leaving 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I had the phone in my hand, gripping it.
That's great.
Very tight. My wife said, what's wrong with you?
Do what you must.
Yeah, so I
The screen cracks.
Did you drop it?
No.
I said,
I squeezed it.
I've got to respond to. I read what you wrote to my wife, and she said, take a few breaths and respond to him that your health is our top priority.
Say that again. I want to make sure I type it right. Your health is not my priority.
I can't say, I just can't say it.
It's our only priority.
I couldn't speak it to my phone assistant so she could type it.
It took me a long, long time. I was 2 hours delayed in getting back to you. And
You were very late.
my hand just shook for about an hour there.
Well, then the doctor told me too. He said, "Well, take it easy this weekend, rest, but move."
Oh,
he did. I was like, "What?" He's like, "But get up,
and move."
Yeah,
a little.
Just in case there's, because I feel fluidy.
I don't want to tell you my worst fear.
Well, I think
I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't tell you my.
Well, I
worst
feel like it's. Are you thinking I'm getting full of water?
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say what it is.
Like if I cut myself right now, it wouldn't be blood.
You said too much.
I've said too
It'd
much.
be liquid.
No, I said it to Chris Dim and I said it to my wife last night, and they both turned white as a sheet. I said, "My God, is it possible?"
He's drowning.
It's my worst fear, and I don't want to reveal it to you.
He's drowning in his own body.
Which actually could be it. It could be it.
We got a dry drown.
dry drowning.
We're dry drowning. How? He just got so fat he dry drowned.
Don't even know.
God, that's a bad fear too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you my worst fear because on Monday when you come in here and say, "Oh my God, it was a goiter and they removed it," then I'll be like,
God, I hope not.
Well, I think that's better than what I'm going to tell you.
Well,
That's a lot better than what I'm going to tell you on Monday.
Well, the nurse told me, she's like, I said, the hospital, I have to go to the hospital for the ultrasound? And she's like, well, if anything happens, at least you're there.
Right. Nurse Ratchet.
That's comforting.
Yeah.
She just
Just wheel him down the hall.
tell it like it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.